What if I told you, sometimes people stay in pain because it feels comfortable? Sounds weird, right? I mean, pain is supposed to hurt, so why would anyone choose it? But think about it. Some people stay in toxic friendships for years. Some stay in relationships that drain them every single day. Some keep doing jobs they hate like it's a full-time punishment challenge. Not because they enjoy suffering, but because familiar pain feels safer than unknown happiness. And honestly, that's one of the strangest things about the human brain. Imagine this. You have an old broken chair in your house. Every time you sit on it, it makes weird noises. Sometimes it even hurts your back. But instead of replacing it, you say, I'm used to it. That's exactly how many people treat emotional pain. They know it hurts. They know it's unhealthy. But their brain whispers. At least we know what to expect, because uncertainty scares people more than suffering. Crazy, right? A bad relationship becomes predictable. A toxic environment becomes normal. Even constant stress can start feeling like home. That's why some people panic when life finally gets peaceful. No drama, no chaos, no emotional roller coaster. And suddenly their brain goes, wait, something feels wrong. Nothing is wrong. They're just not used to peace. Think about someone who grows up around constant arguing. Loud voices, tension, slamming doors like it's part of the family soundtrack. When they become adults, calm relationships may actually feel boring to them. Not because calm is bad, but because chaos feels familiar. The brain loves patterns, even painful ones. And social media makes this even worse. People keep returning to things that clearly hurt them. Checking an ex's profile, reading comments from people they don't even like, going back to situations they promised to leave. It's like touching a hot pan over and over and saying, maybe this time it won't burn me. But here's the scary part. Familiar pain can slowly become your identity. You start saying things like, this is just how my life is. This always happens to me. I'm used to disappointment. And after a while, you stop looking for better because deep down, your comfort zone became your pain zone. That hit hard, didn't it? And look, this doesn't only happen in relationships. It happens everywhere. Some people stay quiet their whole life because they're scared of embarrassment. So they avoid opportunities, avoid risks, avoid speaking up. Not because silence makes them happy, but because rejection feels familiar. And the brain loves familiar things, even if those things are ruining your confidence. That's why change feels uncomfortable at first. Healing feels uncomfortable. Setting boundaries feels uncomfortable. Trying something new feels uncomfortable because your brain is basically saying, hold on, we've never been here before. Imagine being stuck in a dark room for years. Then suddenly someone opens the curtains. The sunlight hurts your eyes at first, not because light is bad, but because darkness became normal. That's what emotional healing feels like sometimes. Awkward, unfamiliar, even scary. But that doesn't mean you should go back to the darkness. And honestly, a lot of people confuse familiarity with love. Just because something feels familiar doesn't mean it's good for you. You can miss people who destroyed your peace. You can crave habits that made you miserable. You can feel attached to things that slowly broke you. Humans are complicated like that. Your brain wants safety more than happiness sometimes. That's why people rewatch the same shows 20 times. The brain says, we already know what happens here. Safe. And emotionally, people do the exact same thing. Same toxic patterns, same bad decisions, same emotional loops. Different day, same disaster. But here's the truth nobody talks about. Growth usually feels uncomfortable in the beginning. The gym hurts before you get stronger. Studying feels stressful before success. Honest conversations feel awkward before relationships improve. The beginning of a better life often feels unfamiliar. And unfamiliar things scare people. That's why some people sabotage good things. They finally meet kind people and push them away. They finally get opportunities and doubt themselves because deep down, part of them still believes they belong in the old pain. But you don't. Read that again. You don't belong in the pain you got used to. You deserve peace that doesn't feel temporary. You deserve relationships that don't exhaust you. You deserve a life where survival mode isn't your personality. And no, healing doesn't happen overnight. You won't wake up tomorrow as a completely new person. Sometimes growth is tiny, like saying no for the first time, walking away from disrespect, or finally realizing, wait, maybe I deserve better than this. That small thought can change everything. Because the moment you stop romanticizing familiar pain, you start making space for real happiness. And yeah, the unknown can feel scary, but staying stuck hurts too. At some point, you have to ask yourself, am I staying because this makes me happy or because it feels familiar? Big difference. One keeps you alive, the other keeps you trapped. So if you've been holding on to pain just because it feels normal, maybe it's time to choose something different. Maybe peace will feel strange at first. Maybe healthy love will feel unfamiliar. Maybe confidence will feel weird, but weird doesn't mean wrong. Sometimes it means you're finally growing. And honestly, that's a beautiful thing. This is Zynco, where we turn thoughts into perspective. See you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and thank you.